and this is the Science of Community Engagement. In this series of short video blogs, I will cover many topics related to the science of community engagement. The video series is brought to you by the Meharry Vanderbilt Tennessee State Cancer Partnership Community Engagement Core. Topic on the science of community engagement is what is qualitative research and when to use it. Our objectives are to answer these questions. What is qualitative research? What kinds of questions can be answered? And what are some of the common methods used to collect qualitative data? Qualitative research is a way of getting answers to questions that is open-ended, it's flexible, it's in-depth, it's participant-focused. It's used when you don't know much about the question to start with, when current quantitative measures might be biased, limited, or leave out important information, when you're just getting started in understanding a problem, and often you don't even know what questions to ask, when you're interested in underlying reasons, motivations, or barriers, particularly around understanding people's behavior, and when you need to understand the problem before you can develop an intervention. Common methods are interviews. These are one-on-one conversations with people that are recorded. Focus groups, it's a group interview conducted by a moderator, generally recorded. Participant observation is more complex. It usually involves going to actual community settings and participating with people in activities and events. A direct observation can be done in many ways. Basically trying to observe what people are doing in settings where it's appropriate to observe them. Very often in qualitative research, you'll use written and archival material to gain information about a particular topic. Recently, people have been using, for example, Facebook as a way to generate information for qualitative studies. And then when you're doing online surveys or even paper or pencil surveys, you can have open-ended free text comments, ask for opinions, and use that as a way to generate qualitative data. And then a fun and really innovative method is called photo voice. It's where you give people a camera or ask them to use the camera on their smartphones and give them the assignment to take pictures of events or places in their everyday life. They then bring back those pictures and you sit down and talk to them about it. So, when to include qualitative methods? Well, they're useful if you need to learn about how people feel about an issue or a program or what their opinions are. When you need to get ideas about how to design a study, a survey, a website, an app, or a program. When you're trying to understand, let's say, puzzling results of a study. Things didn't turn out the way you thought they would, and you want to probe more deeply. Why did it turn out this way? When you want to uncover reasons behind resistance to change, when you want to explore connections among ideas, and particularly useful connections among ideas at sort of different levels, at the family, neighborhood, community, clinic. When you want to discover new insights into thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, and when you need to take a program that's existing and tailor it to a new ethnic or cultural group. Qualitative methods are not useful if you want to educate people about something, if you need exact numeric estimates, if you need information quickly. Qualitative methods actually take quite a while to plan and execute. When you need very specific information, when you need to be able to count the results, when it's important to generalize your findings to a larger population, when you're trying to test hypotheses, or when you're trying to make precise comparisons between groups. These are all situations in which qualitative methods are not useful. So, which method would you use for each question? You need to know how many children in a community live in single-family households. That's essentially a quantitative question. You basically could go to the American Community Survey and get the answer to that in 5 minutes. A wave of gang violence has affected your neighborhood. How can this be stopped? This would be a really good time to use qualitative methods. You could interview or do focus groups with youth, with parents, with the police, with faith leaders, and get their various perspectives and ideas on what's behind the neighborhood violence and what can be done to stop it. A new playground's being planned for the community center. What features should go into it? Another good time for using a qualitative approach. Interviews or even open-ended responses on a questionnaire to generate the qualitative data. It would really help you plan and meet the needs of the community. 3 youths in your church congregation have been hospitalized for the health effects of huffing. What can be done to discourage this abuse? It's likely that this is a very timely issue since it really involves safety, and you really wouldn't want to take the time needed to plan and conduct a qualitative study. You're interested in the relationship between vitamin E use and risk of lung cancer among smokers. This is an epidemiological question and should be answered with quantitative data. So, in summary, qualitative research methods are tools for exploring complex questions, for developing new content for intervention or measurement tools, for adapting existing work to new cultural contexts, for understanding psychosocial issues like belief, emotion, motivation, perception, and decision-making. The most common methods are interviews, focus groups, free text on surveys, photo voice, archival material, and direct observation. Thank you.